And I just love the fact that you can have an idea today and monetize it. Why not? You're not just you have an idea, let's run with it.
Yeah. I have this little crystal ball with me everywhere that I go that only I can see, and it shows me the future.
Oh,
I
yeah?
think you're going to be a multi-billionaire going
From
forward.
your mouth to God's ears, please.
Remember the moment we had before the shoot began? I said, I don't want to talk to you until the camera started rolling and the lights went off. My crystal ball did that. But I also generally want to talk about that crystal ball a little bit and what it tells me. Everyone knows that going to America was very good for the career, the material aspect of life. I feel it helped you a lot as a person as well.
I was so excited that, the minute Ready was the first film in my home banner.
Right.
So it was an honor for me, Salman sir watching my film and, remaking my film is like a huge honor.
Right.
And meeting him and then, getting a compliment directly was like a huge deal also.
So I'm talking about remakes. I think I remember even, Varun Dhawan had remade another film, Hero Panti.
Main Tera Hero.
Main Tera Hero, correct. So how was that experience? Were you able to meet him on that?
Yeah, Varun, actually मैं डबल स्मार्ट को शूट कर रहा ना मुंबई में.
It required me to walk into rooms with extreme humility and introduce myself to people, to take my show reel and say, this is the work I have done. I would love to work with you. I would love to see if there's an opportunity with you. I remember I've done so many small roles in big movies in Hollywood. But that's what it took for me when I started here too. A lot of people used to say to me, oh, she's left doing Bollywood movies to do small roles in Hollywood. It started with every new actor starts there. You have to start from the beginning. And I don't sit with that, if I'm successful in one country, that everyone in the world should treat me like I'm a queen. It doesn't work that way. So
Which is the case for a lot of big stars
most people, I don't know about that, but most people expect and anticipate that if you're treated a certain way or if you're making a certain amount of money in a certain country, you're going to be treated the same way because everyone is waiting in Hollywood to cast you, right? They're just waiting for Priyanka Chopra. We were just waiting for you to come only, Priyanka, to change the trajectory of movies.
जो भी मेरे इतने फिल्म्स देखा और इतने प्यार मिल रहा है मुझे, that has inspired me to release Skanda and my forthcoming films in all the theaters in India and hopefully sometime in Nepal and other countries as well. Or first thing is बहुत धन्यवाद and I'm privileged, I'm blessed. आपका इतना प्यार मिल रहा है. जब भी मैं abroad भी जा रहा हूँ, जब ऑस्ट्रेलिया जा रहा हूँ, I saw a lot of Nepalis, like other than Indians, Nepalis आ रहा है, पाकिस्तान से आ रहा है, अफगानिस्तान से आ रहा है, बांग्लादेश से आ रहा है.
My fame is a byproduct of my job. It does not define me. My fame is not my job. It's very clear to me. I am not famous for a living. I work for a living. And fame comes with it. So it's not something I can control.
Yeah.
That's something that's thrust upon me.
The reason I'm asking you such incisive questions is, again, I'm trying to learn here.
Yeah.
You're setting the bar for other media professionals. And that's what I meant the last time as well. I realized that this is what it takes. This kind of professionalism, this kind of energy. So don't get me wrong.
No, I'm not getting you wrong at all. I'm just trying to elaborate on something that people don't really think about sometimes. Public people, even though you're seeing a celebrity or someone every day on billboards or magazines, there's still a human being behind them. They also like to eat paratha and achar. They also like to sit we also like to sit in a palti and dance at the barat of your cousin and make sure that you get, great food.
I think the biggest high I get इस profession में, the biggest high I get is आप कितने भी खराब mood में हो, आपका फेवरेट एक्टर दिख गया तो सब भूल जाते हो.
करेक्ट.
और आपको पता नहीं चलेगा, एक हंसी आएगा,
स्माइल आ जाएगा फेस पे. बिल्कुल.
आई थिंक दैट इज माय बिगेस्ट सुपर पावर.
सुपर.
वो मैं देखा. So irrespective of language, irrespective of audience, I think if I'm able to do that to more people,
Correct.
I think that is my superpower.
Speaking of Sanjay Dutt sir, we've also heard that you've recently been able to spend a little bit of time with Shah Rukh sir, and Jawan had Skanda ka trailer also. A lot of people who went for the Jawan shows were able to see Skanda on the big screen as a trailer and all.
Yeah.
So how was the experience talking to him as well?
Oh, he's
People, even though you're seeing a celebrity or someone every day on like billboards or magazines, there's still a human being behind them. They also like to eat paratha and achar. They also like to sit in we also like to sit in a palti and dance at the barat of your cousin and make sure that you get, great food. And the desires of a human being is the same. The needs, or at least the people that I know. I keep my friends, my family. I'm a very grounded person. I come from the ground and I'm going to stay there. And the day I behaved a certain way, my mom would put a tapli on my head and say, come back to earth, buddy.
Does it happen now?
Because I don't need it. I don't come from a place of arrogance.
Okay, gotcha.
I never did. I mean, I may have had a little bit of that when I was in my early 20s, where I was like, wow, I'm famous. Everyone knows me. And then quickly I realized when 6 of my films flopped that it doesn't last, buddy. You have to consistently keep working. So I never rest on my laurels. That's the...
Oh, he's like, the minute you meet him, he'll make you feel like you're the most important person in the room. Everybody knows that.
Correct.
He's sweetheart to the power of sweetheart. So, itna bada star hai, and when Atli is a good friend of mine, Atli and Priya. So, jab introduce kiya, tab bhi, it was a very private party, only crew tha. So,
Correct.
Introduce kiya, started talking about my films and this and that, and so he didn't have to talk to me for so long and so sweetly and get to know more about me. And he's like, "Aapka trailer bhejo, main dekhunga," and all
wonderful.
of that. He didn't have to do so much.
Correct.
But he'll make you feel like you're the most important person.
Phil, and I think I think about it beautifully. Like obviously it's a very, very sad situation and it breaks my heart, but I have nothing but beautiful thoughts of him, and I think that's really cool and really special. So
yeah, thank you for sharing that too.
Yeah.
And I had to ask you because I feel I love hearing amazing things about amazing people that, because I think so many of the most incredible people, I grew up reading about people that I never met. And I spent a lot of my life studying books about people that I never met. So Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and Einstein and people that I really see as people that have directed so much of my life from how they lived. And I feel like he was potentially one of those people that I never met him, but whenever I hear about him, I'm just like,
for sure.
Oh, this is someone that we could learn from.
For sure.
You spoke about purpose there. I was wondering, how has your purpose changed? You had this very confident view of, I want to be a model, you've superseded, exceeded, and continue to flourish in that world. And I always wish that you do. How has your purpose evolved as that time's gone on?
I think I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about myself, about what I want from my life, and which is kind of what we've been talking about. But I'm actually really excited to get older and to learn so much more about not only myself, but like the journey and the path that I guess want to take and want to be on. So I'd say, my purpose has evolved from obviously within business, doing what I want to do and making sure I'm happy and finding the thing that I love and all those things. But I've kind of, like I said, really tuned into me. And I think my purpose, at least at this very moment, and what I've kind of evolved into is my higher goddess. Like I am determined to tune into her at all times. But also, as I get older, I have so much that I want to connect with other people and with, AKA social media and people that may not know me personally, and just, the following. Like I said, I was given this life for some reason. For whatever reason, I was placed here.
What is the funniest prank your behan has ever pulled?
God. How can she forget?
Must be funniest prank.
अच्छा यार funniest prank.
Okay.
Spelling क्या होती है? Oh, sorry. Can I tell my prank first?
Yes.
That is audition prank. है ना? Like made me dance on अपना time आएगा wearing a sari. This was an audition prank.
Content
like
creator.
1 to 2 million profiles जितना.
हाँ.
So I feel it can be around 3 to 5 lakhs a month. More than that maybe. Yeah.
That's nice.
Depends on your content.
This or that. You'll have to choose one. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Okay. Early morning or late night?
Late night.
Instagram Reels or YouTube videos?
Instagram Reels.
Collaborations with influencers or solo projects?
Solo projects.
You are back in action. जो भी
Okay, so last year only we shot for 2 films. So हमारा Bollywood debut है, finally आ रहा है next month. So very excited. And second is with a Bollywood singer. So it's a short film, musical film. उसमें